Assistant Secretary, former civil servant, Team IAS Network. Today we do a unit on science and technology in General Studies 3. General Studies 3 carrying 250 marks is spread into economy, agriculture, science, technology, environment, internal security, disaster management. So science, technology and environment, this unit gets around 60 to 65 marks out of 250 every year. So we do a topic on science and technology. Read the question. Unless the digital divide is bridged, citizens cannot access basic services. Question is very straightforward. Unless the digital divide is bridged, citizens cannot access basic services. This violates fundamental rights. So this particular question, we will go into the background, then we'll go into government initiatives, then we'll see what has to be done, issues of concern. This plan for the answer will complete your 150 words writing. See the background. The United Nations General Assembly, in one of its sessions, declared internet access a human right. Now this was a resolution passed by the United Nations General Assembly. With the background of the clampdown on the internet in Jammu Kashmir, a lot of activists went to the Supreme Court telling them that their basic right is violated. The Supreme Court examined the issue and said that the right to freedom of speech, see Article 19, fundamental rights, 6 basic freedoms are there. 19(1)(a), right to freedom of speech and expression. So right to freedom of speech and expression, the Supreme Court said it also includes right to internet access. So the Supreme Court clearly laid down that the right to internet services, right to internet access is a fundamental right. Of course, just like how Article 19, there are reasonable restrictions to right to freedom of speech and expression. Here also, the Supreme Court said, yes, you have the fundamental right to internet access, but reasonable restrictions like the sovereignty and territory, the integrity of India, then you cannot use your right to internet access to defame somebody. You cannot indulge in a criminal conspiracy against the state. Of course, the general restrictions which are there in Article 19, the Supreme Court said they also apply to the extended right of freedom of speech and expression. Kerala is the first state to declare internet access a basic human right. Kerala is the first state in the country to declare internet access a basic human right. So with this basic background, we go to the question. We are speaking of digital divide, bridging the digital divide. So bridging the digital divide, we take the initiatives of the government. We take the main pillars of Digital India program. So Digital India speaks of a broadband highway, broadband for all, universal access to mobile connectivity, public internet access through customer service centers, information for all, e-Kranti, electronic delivery of services. So these 5 important pillars of Digital India are a step in bridging the digital divide. Coming to one more initiative which the government has taken to bridge the digital divide is the National Education Policy 2020, which was recently announced. It also speaks of technological solutions. It also speaks of how technology can be used to further the cause of education. to make education accessible, affordable, available. What are the other initiatives which you can suggest? Additional optical fiber. See, free smartphones for say for the students. Then low cost data plan to the low income groups. So bridging the digital divide, government has to play a dominant role in bridging the digital divide. I spoke of the 5 important pillars of Digital India. We spoke of the new education policy 2020 and other initiatives. These are the steps taken to bridge the digital divide. Now, what are the issues of concern? Why is it that the government is not able to bridge the digital divide completely? First, you take the urban poor. So the urban poor, in the urban poor, you take the homeless, you take the migrants, you take urban poor also are a vulnerable group. So the vulnerable group, exclusion of the vulnerable group is an important area where the government has to keep in mind that the urban poor are vulnerable, and it has to see how the digital divide can be bridged in respect of the urban poor. You take the elderly. So the elderly, obviously that's another vulnerable group. Now the elderly need basic e-literacy skills, like say sending a mail or downloading a document. I mean basic things which they would not have access. Now with in the age of science, in the present age of fast communications, so the elderly have to be equipped with the basic skills. So unless the elderly are equipped with the basic skills, the question of digital divide persists. Remote areas. In remote areas, I speak of your tribal areas or hilly regions. So these also have to be taken care of. People residing in remote hamlets. Coupled with that, lack of access to the digital programs of the government. When lack of access and remote areas, both of them are interlinked. So when you don't have access, you cannot claim the electronic delivery of services. As I told you, this e-Kranti, electronic delivery of services. See, government has made it a point to see that these services are available to everybody at an affordable cost. They should be available and they should be accessible close by. So lack of accessibility is a issue which is affecting the digital divide. Now with so much of technology and so much of internet penetration, a study says it is just 50%. So a lot more has to be done. See, the main problem with the question of digital divide is digital literacy. You may be surprised, digital literacy is something which is very much required to be inculcated at all the levels in the government. See, it is not that just the implementing staff have to be digitally literate. What about the superiors? We have seen in many cases, even some of the joint secretaries, additional secretaries to government are digitally illiterate, them depending on the subordinates. So this digital literacy, it has to percolate to all the levels of the bureaucracy. Unless the bureaucracy is literate digitally, it cannot act as an agency of reform, or it cannot be a part of the machinery to fight the digital divide. So we started by saying that the Supreme Court has clearly held right to internet as an implied right, implied in Article 19(1)(a), right to freedom of speech and expression. But again, this right is not absolute. It is subject to reasonable restrictions. Then we spoke of the government initiatives. Obviously, digital divide, when the government has planned, the main aim of the government is to promote digital literacy, reduce the digital divide, to see that citizens get basic services. So the prime program of the government is the Digital India program. So Digital India, we spoke of the key features of the Digital India program: a broadband highway, universal access, public internet access through customer service centers, information for all, e-Kranti. Then now we also spoke of the national education policy, which speaks of technology in education, making available education affordable, available, accessible. Then other minor initiatives we spoke of: government could consider free smartphones for the students, low-cost data plan to the low-income groups. A major problem affecting the planning of government in bridging the digital divide, as I told you earlier, is the vulnerable groups, the urban poor, the elderly, the migrant population, who have to be equipped with the basic skills if they have to use the electronic delivery of services. It is wrong to exclude the vulnerable groups from a program like this, especially keeping in mind the directions of the Supreme Court that right to internet is a fundamental right. Remote areas, lack of access are another major issue affecting the digital divide and preventing people from accessing the benefits available. Finally, I spoke of digital literacy. Digital literacy, how the scheme of digital literacy has to percolate right from the political element, from the top minister level, down to the Gram Panchayat secretary level. So unless the bureaucracy, which is an agency of change, unless it is digitally literate, it cannot become an instrument of change. So digital literacy is very much required to tackle the problem of digital divide, and government has to play a dominant role in promoting this program of digital literacy. Besides, the NGOs can also be roped in for promoting digital literacy among the various sections of population, keeping in mind the vulnerable groups. This would be a major way in which the directions of the Supreme Court on including right to internet as a fundamental right will become meaningful. So this discussion we have had on the particular unit in GS3 Science and Technology will be more than sufficient for 150 words. Please plan out your answer in the manner suggested: a brief introduction, government initiatives, other initiatives, issues of concern. Thank you.